Hello, everyone. My name is YUSEF, and welcome to part 95 of the American Show. Let us begin. So, Susan was in the kitchen grabbing a cereal, the cereal box, a cereal box, and she was also grabbing a couple of, one bowl, and she was going into the refrigerator. She was about to go into the refrigerator when all of a sudden she hears her phone ringing. So she gets her phone and it's Jackie. Nope, Maggie, I should say. I mean, Maggie. Maggie was calling her to say that the job was indeed done. They had successfully assassinated the Mexican president. And she was like, whoa, wow. Well, thank you. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. Um, but I do have one question. Um, where's my money? Oh, no problem. I thought I already gave it to you. No, you didn't. Really? Okay. No problem. I will give it to you right now. No problem. And so she abandons that breakfast idea for a moment. Then she goes into her room. She she uh gets dressed. She hops into her truck. She turns around and she sees the briefcase. So she gets out of her car. She she goes into the back seat, grabs the briefcase, puts it, gets back into her. She gets back into the wheel, of course. She gets back into the main seat, puts the briefcase in the passenger seat, of course, and she drives into Maggie's office. So she gets to Maggie's office. She uh she knocks on to, she knocks on mm, she knocks on the door. One of her assassins answers it. Well, opens the door for her. Of course, the assassin opens the door and immediately grabs the briefcase. The she, the assassin gives it to Maggie, of course. Maggie tells um Susan or asks Susan, "Do you want to sit down?" She says yes. Susan sits down. Um, Maggie opens the briefcase, and it's a lot of money in there. A whole lot of money. Um, she's shocked. She is purely and utterly shocked about the amount of money that is in that briefcase. Of course, she says to her, she says, "This is heavily shocking. I am very shocked about the amount of money that is in that briefcase. Thank you. No, thank you. I appreciate what you have done for me. Um, I would never, ever be more indebted to you than I am right now. I am so happy to know that this asshole is dead. I am glad to hear that," Maggie said. And then Susan sits up from her chair, goes up to Maggie, and says, "Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this money, but I just want you to know that I thank you for what you have done. I thank you." And then she grabs her face and kisses her on the forehead. And then she leaves. She gets back to her truck. She throws the she throws the suitcase back into the back seat, of course, and she drives off. As she's driving, of course, she says to herself, "You know what? You know what I should do? I should have breakfast with someone I really care about right now." And so she decides to go to, of course, Randy Gold's house. So she pulls up, she gets out of the truck, she knocks on the door. Um, she, she, well, Jackie Gold answers it, says who, asks who it was. Um, Susan said, "It's me." She opens the door, and they just talk for a little while until Susan asks, "Hey, do you want to go to my house? If it's no bother, if it's not any trouble, I would really like to eat, eat some cereal with you. Do you mind? Jackie, do you mind?" "No, I don't mind." And so she says, "Yes, I would love to eat cereal with you in the morning. No problem." And so Randy gets up from her couch. She uh she grabs onto Susan. Susan helps her out as well. And they all off. They're outside. She is in the she's helping her in the car, and she successfully helps her into the car. They put their seatbelts on, and they're off to go to eat cereal at Susan Quain's house, or Alpha Quain's house, to be more specific, or to be more accurate, actually. And so, as they're driving, they're having a good time. Um, they they're talking about, you know, how they're talking about stuff, and of course, Randy wants to go back to work. Randy Gold wants to go back to work, but she realizes that her leg is a little bit injured, and so she needs surgery to fix it, of course. And then Susan said, "Don't worry about that one. Don't worry about that. You will. Do you need any help with that?" And she said, "Well, I mean, my mom is also paying for it, so I don't think I do, actually." "Oh, no problem. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I don't need your help, I think. My mom got it all taken care of course." And so, they all continue to drive it though. So, so they continue to drive to Susan Quinn's house. They're like having a good time, laughing at the anti-movie protesters, you know what I mean, along the way. Finally, they do get to her house, and they open the door, he helps Susan. No, Susan helps um Randy mm, mm, get to her chair, and of course Susan goes to the cabinet, grabs another bowl, and pours the cereal that she was about to eat from. She pours that into Susan. Nope. Susan pours that cereal that she had already opened beforehand into her own bowl, and then she pours it into, of course, Randy Gold's bowl as well. She pours her cereal, she pours her own cereal, and they just eat the cereal. They're talking about life and stuff like that. They're having a good time, right? And then Alpha Queen comes walking into the house with Patrick. Patrick sees them eating some cereal and wants to eat some of his own. And so he asks Susan, would you mind giving me some cereal if you don't mind? She says no, I don't mind. Here, pull up a chair. And so Alpha Queen and Patrick pull up pull up a chair. Susan grabs another bowl for each of them, and for the rest of the morning, they are eating cereal together. Then, as as they're leaving, Susan decides to take to to so Susan decides to help to take home, I should say, Randy Gold. Um, so she grabs her coat again after they eat the cereal, and she decides to grab her and take her back home, of course. And so Susan and Randy Gold are back in the truck, and of course they're having a good time. Um, Susan Susan said, "I am so happy that you have decided to go, eat cereal with me. I had a good time." And Randy said, "Well, me too. I had a great time. I had a great time eating cereal with all of you. I can't wait to do it again sometime. Or would you? I would love for you to do it again. Actually, I uh, I would love to. You know what? Me too." And then they just kept driving to Randy Gold's house. So they get to Randy Gold's house. They pull up to the house. It was the afternoon, and of course she gets out of the car. She opens Randy Gold's door and helps her up the stairs. She knocks on the door, and Jackie Gold opens it, of course, and she is, happy about that. And of course, um, and of course, Jackie takes over. Of course, she sits down and she says goodbye to both of them, and she goes back to her truck. And then after that, she goes back to her truck. She drives off in the afternoon time. She is driving up the road back into her house. She finally gets to her house and she sees that there's a couple cereal in there. So she pours herself another bowl, and of course she sits. She goes into the couch, and for the rest of the afternoon, she eats cereal. She eats cereal. She eats her cereal for the rest of the afternoon. To be continued. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like, sus- mm, subscribe to my channel. Sorry I messed up again. Um, Comment down below what are your opinions on the assassination of the Mexican president, and whether and do you like the video or don't like the video. Leave a like on this video whilst you're at it. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.